And there was a recent report of a child who was being abused by his senior at a university, actually, in secondary school, being abused by his senior. And what was worrisome was like a parent that sends you to a Christian university assumes that because it's a Christian school, you know, certain values will be upheld in these schools. And so when you hear this kind of thing, I'm happy that Brigham University had suspended or even expelled this person. However, this is part of the confidence parents have when they send a child to a Catholic school, to an Islamic school, to a Christian school, hoping that they have certain values and the children wouldn't have to go through this kind of abuse. So it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. But when there was a report recently also, but a school that something happened, I can't remember the name of the school. I found that this Christian school did not get proper approval. So when the government dug further, they realized that if I come out to this your matter, everybody will know that you guys didn't do the proper, you're not even approved to run a school in the first place. You know, so sometimes we just go blind. I say, oh, because it's a Christian school, let's drop our children. You don't find out, do you have the proper approvals? Do you have are you an authorized school? Is the principal authorized? Are they educators? Or just some Tom, Dick, and Harry just woke up, say, Pastor, let me be the one to be the head teacher of this school. Oh, Sister Mary, you've been very good. Please be the head teacher of our school. Is she an educator? We don't know that. So these are things that we just, because it's a Christian school, we just close our eyes and say, put our child there, we are okay.
Yeah. It's just to also clarify that the abuse in this case was physical abuse. So this senior was using a big stick to flog another student. The student looks much younger, so maybe he's a first-year entry student. And the other one looked like he has spent many years in the university. He even had a pot belly. And he took that stick and he was whacking that poor child.
I didn't notice the pot belly.
Yeah, I noticed it because I was so upset with him. I looked at him very well, so I'll recognize him wherever I see him. And there were other students sitting down there, so they were obviously afraid to even stand up for themselves and for the child that was being flogged. And as far as yes, we know that bullying happens everywhere and abuse, as we see, happens everywhere. But the truth is, parents also are willing to take that extra step when they hear it's a religious affiliated institution. Because as you mentioned, they're just these values that you believe that they will uphold, that they will push for. And that the people who are there, the teachers, the lecturers, the staff, would all carry themselves in that way. And so when you see something like that, then you're like, so really, then what's the benefit? What's the benefit of having Christian? Because they use it a lot to sell, you know, their institution. What is then the benefit if my child is likely to face what they will face in a regular university? Some of these universities are even private universities, so they're even expensive. So what else are you doing? In this case, we hear that that child was immediately expelled. But over time, for me, it sends a message that this is something that may have been happening for a long time. It took someone on social media for us to see it. So who is keeping an eye? And when you say that you're a Christian university, a Christian secondary school, everyone else in that institution, are you keeping an eye to make sure that they are following, you know, the principles?
You know, while you were speaking, I just remember that there's a young girl I know that went to a Christian secondary school. And, I mean, I've not had this conversation with her, but she doesn't even know that I'm even talking about her. But I noticed that she's a bit withdrawn. But I thought because she went to a Christian school, maybe they don't allow them to, they don't play Davido, they don't do anything, they're just regular. So she went through these 6 years. But it could be, and I'm not saying that's what happened to this person. She just keeps to herself a lot. When you see her, she just doesn't mind her business. She may have been, I mean, I'm not saying that's what happened, but sometimes when children go into the schools, things happen, but because you can't speak, it's a Christian school. We pray in the morning, we pray in the afternoon, we pray in the evening. We have Bible scholars, our pastors, our teachers. We can't say. We just trust God to deliver ourselves from it and just believe that everything will work out in the future. So that's some of the things. It's a whole different day's conversation. But these are some things that happen. So I think the point of this conversation is that even though your child goes to a religious body, a school, or even to a pastor, don't close your mind. Don't close your eye to it. Don't close a blind eye to it. You have to be very clear and demand what you will if it was a regular secular school.
Yes.
So what I think is, no matter what the school is, have your own rules. That, you know, these are the kind of schools, the kind of people, the kind of, you know, that I can take. Once my child's school, a Muslim school, of course, somebody had called and said that, no, she abused, she slapped somebody, she bullied someone. I said, because I know she's a born madam. She's a boss lady herself. She could have, you know, and I called the school. I said, please check into what happened between herself and this person. Because when she came back home, she said, Mommy, they were lying. This is you, and I've done it before where I would say, because you're likely to be the bully. And she said, I didn't even do anything. And so I said, can you check? She said she didn't do it. She said, don't worry, ma, we've sorted it out. I said, no. I want to get to the bottom of it. When they would not listen, it was at the time we had the crisis. I was in the hospital. I put my phone on record. I called the school. I said, can you put the girl on the phone? And I asked the girl, what happened? She said, no. I just had to. She didn't actually bring me. I just tapped her because just to caution her. And then, why did you report that she bullied you? Why did you? I said, Auntie. So I took the recording. I called my daughter in front of the person. Now I'm calling. I'm not in school. I said, give the phone to my own daughter. What happened again? And she said exactly what she had told me. I said, did you hear what she said? Because you put on speaker. I said, did you hear what she said? Just to get both sides of the story. Because sometimes they are lazy in doing the administration. They don't want to do the stress. We have other things we are thinking about. And this thing is affecting the child. Wow. My own concern is my child. And if she's the one bullying the other child, then that child. So whatever how it concerns what I'm producing or the turnout of my child is 100%. I'm not even ashamed to say when my child bullies someone, I address it immediately. So I want to be sure somebody is not lying. And twice now, I've been caught and forced to admit that, you know, I misjudged my child. So I will not allow somebody else to do the same. I said, oh, God, why did you refuse? Then, well, you know, it was addressed yesterday, just caution both of them. I said, but this thing is affecting this child. Are you bothered about it? We're busy, man. I said, don't tell me that again. So I took that evidence and I said, I'm coming down to school. They had to address it immediately. So sometimes, as a parent, it's beyond dumping somebody for somebody. Even if it is university, now it's more painful. When it is in a university. We are even grateful it's a private university. We are not sure if cultism is how it is in public universities. I saw cultism. It could be that is a force to force that child to come and seek protection. So somebody has to do something. The school is beyond suspension. The school has to go more than investigate.
I think they expelled him.
Suspended him. Expelled. So they're supposed to go beyond that. For the people who had to do video, is it just a mere bullying case or something more? So that you don't have something that you are not prepared for brought into your school. If in public school now, we know that there are so many factions and all of that.
I want to know legally, can that child be taken to the bully? Taken to
of course,
because those are adults.
Yes.
So is it underage though? Yes. Can he be
underage?
No,
university. Oh yeah, sorry.
And is it enough to just expel the person and the person goes away? You carry the person and
the parents of the abused child can actually file in court.
But even the police can file criminal
assault.
Yes, because it's assault.
Yes.
You know, and until we start to take serious
prosecute these people.
Yeah, it's going to continue. When you know that you bully a child and you can go to court and maybe even sleep in jail, tomorrow you will think about it.
Yeah, because, you see, as I've said it before, and I don't want to just sound like a broken record, nobody's going to go around and start educating people, say, this is the law. But when we have tools like the media, tools like Nollywood, tools like the movies, these are the movies that are supposed to look at our laws, interpret it in your movies. That is what Hollywood did. Everybody here, we all know the Miranda rights without being Americans. You can recite Miranda rights from the beginning. You have the right to be silent. Anything you do can be used against you because of your right to an attorney. We can recite it. How? It's not a movie.
Yeah.
So if we put this, well, the one that is our own, put it. Let citizens know what their laws are, so that almost everybody can automatically. You don't have to have Miranda. There are other rights we have.
What is our own?
We have the right to. Wait. The point is that we have other laws that are human rights that protects us.
Yes.
We need to start getting familiar with these laws and putting our movies. So when Sister Sade in movie is talking about this and she's moving, we know what we can tell her because we know what her right is. So that's how we educate citizens.
Yeah.
We have to wrap up. So let's take a few comments and we run off.
Okay.
Tell us our own now.
No, you have to go research that now. How many books has she read?
You have a right to a lawyer. That's what the police will tell you.
You have the right to a lawyer.
Just call your lawyer.
Do you have a right to make a call?
Yes, you have a right to call a relative. You have a right to be charged within 48 hours. We have our own.
We have our own now. Just So put it together, package it, brand it.
Let's package it. Packaging.
Okay.
Rolake says, religious leaders are human and they possess reproductive organs. As parents, especially mothers, we should be conscious of our kids' behavior and always have listening ear. Things are getting worse by the day because we have been brainwashed to avoid saying the truth. First, Akimboyewa says, Ember months are not different from other months. Looks like only us Nigerians that are afraid of the Ember months because we are too superstitious. We should thank God for each and every day and stop wasting our time in fear.
I'm telling you.
Thinking the Ember months are risky.
And those small, I categorize with all, I'm sorry about this. I saw those, you know how you categorize low income and not low income. The small scale pastors, that's their way to, that's money generating strategy for them. Me, I don't do the small scale pastors. I'm with the big boys. But those ones,
you want to chill with the big boys.
Yeah, I don't do small. I don't do those mushroom churches, pastors. I'm just saying, Ember months. Those ones your neighbor that be making noise. Ember months. A prayer against Ember months. It's not your portion. They not come. Now people now gather against them.
There's one thing I fear in December. They will do this procession awareness for their camping. Oh God. Come out. They will carry big speakers and one person will willingly carry it. If you are sleeping in the afternoon, they pass by your window, you will wake up. You will do bagam in your ear.
It is sensitization.
You cannot be caught sleeping in the last day.
I just want to mind my business. Somebody will not come and put speaker at the junction. If you do it again, I'll call the lamp for you. It's too much.
Don't worry, that's a topic for another day. But please, Ember months are not tragic months. What it really means is the month where activities are increased. Now, because of that, we might record more accidents because of this, because there's more mobility. But it also means that we have to be very cautious on the road. So we will bring back the FRC because he's going to tell us how to ensure safety during this period, especially because there are lots of road constructions ongoing. That Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, there was an accident that happened recently because of this, and the traffic of 6-7 hour traffic because of these constructions. So that was in August. If it was in September, they say it's because of the demon that is bringing them. Anyway, so please, we're still going to bring up the FRC officer to give us clarity on that. But be safe, stay safe, and Ember month is the time to celebrate, be joyful, and it's time that God will remember you for good. Hey, poet. September to remember. I can say after me, September to remember. Hey, it will be a September to remember. That's We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.